Hello, friends. Welcome to day 3. Today's theme is inner sanctuary. And I want to remind you that these phrases are pointers or descriptors. They're not hard, fast definitions that are black and white of what we are talking about, though there's a certain level of certainty to what we're talking about. And as I was sitting with this, I'm very, very intrigued with the word soul. Our first phrase, rooted in soul. Is the soul, do we find sanctuary in the soul? Is there a sanctuary of the soul? Or is the soul the sanctuary? And in many realms in our world, playing with that word play could be like a teasing rhetoric. But I mean it with real sincerity. Can we talk about the soul itself on an essence level as being a sanctuary? And a sanctuary is a safe place for the all of you. It is also a place that usually is a catalyst. When you look at definitions of soul, soul largely is seen as something that enlivens the existence here. So enlivens the body, if you will. It's not only that, but when we're talking about our being here in this world, it is that. Even that is pretty provocative, isn't it? So you can't really reduce soul to heart, even though the heart enlivens the body. Or lungs, even though lungs enliven the body. You can't even reduce soul to subtle energies such as chakras. Chakras are enlivening the body, but are they the actual soul? Because in order to say that the soul is a sanctuary, there has to be some willingness to reflect upon what the soul even is. And we have grappled with this since our existence in being on any degree self-reflective. Do you know as early as the 5th century BC, there was grappling with, is the soul the mind, is the soul the heart? And the conclusion was inconclusiveness. Isn't that interesting? Which is a good conclusion. Where there's a no, there's a yes somewhere. Now, Hippocrates, who lived in 460 to 370, he really believed in his investigations that the brain is the most important organ, and that the brain itself is the interpreter of consciousness. But Aristotle, who came after him, in De Anima, he said that we are born, we come into existence with a tabula rasa. And that is that our soul is that on which experiences and perceptions are written to form the mind. So the mind is formed by the experiences and perceptions that cast themselves upon the soul. Ideas of the soul have ranged through every part. Even Descartes, and I know I pointed this out in one of our talks, he believed that the soul's residence was in the pineal gland. Some even believed that the mind and the brain were the same. Most believe that the mind and the soul are more interchangeable than the mind and the brain. And why would I bring that up? Why would I bring up all this, throw all these little tidbits at you? It's really to undo assumptions and presumptions that you may have around what the soul is, and bring you more into the inconclusive place around soul. I'm not sure why, but I can say for me that there is a relationship with me on a soul level. That there's a certain me that has a relationship with the me that's the soul. And that so falls short. I mean, it can't be. Because the awakened me is existing. But for some reason, speaking about the soul, of having a relationship with myself, my inner self, my soul, for some reason that slides me into the unknown to experience myself as soul. So the bigger question in this reflection isn't what is the soul to you, but how can you speak about all of this in a way that lets you exhale, lets you have the feeling of coming home. I posed a question to an AI platform in preparation for this reflection. I said, is the soul a frequency or a vibration? And the answer was that it's not a vibration, but it sings in frequencies of love, truth, and light. There are some schools of thought that believe the soul is the sounding of God, which is a bit what that AI was pointing to. There are other schools that say the soul is the very still point, from which all vibrations arise. So taking that all into account, it seems to me that caring about ourselves on a soul level matters. If you want happiness, if you're on this and you want happiness and you want peace, if you want liberation, then caring about soul, you in relation to soul, whether it's your soul, whether you have a soul, that caring about that is very, very important and could be, in a way, all you need. I found myself, as I was reflecting on this topic, hearing a song within me. And this is another song from the 70s and the charismatic, when the Catholic Church went from Latin into the vernacular and the charismatic movement was really strong. There were lots of great songs and music that came out that were incredibly inspiring, very, very inspiring. So this song really is a passage from the Hebrew text, and it's the book of Ruth. And Ruth is sold into partnership. I don't know if sold is the right word, but anyway, to someone of a different land, but ends up opening up to the love of this connection so much that she becomes united with the ethos, the soul of the community. Think about that, right? The soul of community. Think about when you talk about somebody being soulful. There's something about them that's strong. There's a strength there. So this song is a prayer or an utterance, she says, to her partner, which I think is Boaz. I should have looked that up and I didn't. I know I'm pausing a lot in this one, and it's because each phrase seems so pregnant to me that I keep wanting to stop and stick with that phrase. Anyway, the passage in the Hebrew Scriptures is so eloquent. It's something to this line, because I'm thinking of the lyrics of the song. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, so shall I live. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. Wherever you die, I shall die, and there shall I be buried beside you. And the song goes on. I mean, what a testament to love, right? And for some reason, when I was reflecting on this topic today, that song was coming to me so very strong as a love song between me and my own soul. So I want to sing it for you. And if you're inclined, let the words be a song between you and your soul as well. If you're not inclined, I get it, because you have to discover what really is your relationship with yourself as soul. You have to. It's just imperative that you come to that on your own. On your own. So if you want, you can close your eyes. Wherever you go, I shall go. Wherever you live, so shall I live. Your people shall be my people. Your God will be my God too. Wherever you die, I shall die, and there shall I be buried beside you. I'm going to stop there. I remember, was it last year or the year before? When I'm in California, I try to just visit places that I love. And one of them is the Carmelite Monastery in Carmel by the Sea that formed an object for my longing to be with the beloved. When I had gone through these major shifts within, and Carmelite spirituality was awakened within me and was so resonant. And I've shared that I used to go out to, was it Point Lobos? There's a park near there. I would go out, and there was a spot when you hiked through the whole, it's a pretty big complex on the water. If you can ever go, it's really breathtaking. There was this spot when I was hiking one day that has this perfect snapshot of that monastery that's in this pink marble or limestone with the ocean coming up to Highway 1, and it's sitting right on the other side of Highway 1. And I would dwell there at that spot, on fire with so much love and so much longing. And when I went back this last time, whether it was a year or 2 years ago, I was kneeling there, and there were a few songs I was playing on my Spotify, and this song, Wherever You Go, by the Weston Priory, really sounded within me. And it was so bittersweet, Because in one way, it was the full moment of me on a soul level, of at the same place of longing, the same place of fire of love. And another way it was bittersweet because I can remember that same longing to actually be Carmelite. That somehow the Carmelite vocation was the fulfillment of the object of my union with the divine. And it was bittersweet in the best sense of that word, because it didn't surface as a sentimental or a wishing or a wistfulness or a regret or a longing for something having worked out a different way. It was nothing like that. It was just as fresh and vital in that moment. But somehow being in that monastery evoked it. Something of the Carmelite charism evoked it. And as I found myself singing it in preparation for our time today, I found myself singing it to my own soul. And my soul singing it to me. You could do this as well. Or you could allow this reflection to be a springboard to discover you and your soul. Wherever you go, imagine on a really divine level, a beloved, some personal aspect of consciousness singing that to you. That wherever you go in this world, whether you're sitting on a chair like I am right now, whether you're slogging through something you don't enjoy, whether you're reveling in something you enjoy, that the consciousness that is the source of all being says to you, wherever you go, I shall go. Wherever you live, wherever you dwell, whatever you call home, it shall be my home too. Your people, everyone that you say yes to, they're my people. Whatever you define as God, that's my God too. When you die, I want to be there with you. I want to be right beside you in that experience. So much so that I want an aspect of me to be buried with you as the other aspect of me, of you and me, never dies. So in order to set us up for a bit of this experience, to open up to intelligence of the field and the aspect of soul that we say is our self, our capital S self, our inner self, we're going to very simply use this. Well, I'm going to use this mala. And I'm going to invite you to bring your focus to the heart and the heart chakra. And the breath is going to be caught up with that too. Now, you could focus on anything. I'm not saying the heart is the seat of the soul, or the lungs are the seat of the soul, or the breath is the seat of the soul. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just using it as a way for us to get there. So I invite you to close your eyes. Bring your attention, your focus to the heart and the heart chakra as representative of a sanctuary, as representative of the immaterial soul that is the sanctuary of being. And what can help is if you let the breath be there in the chest as well, so that you're breathing into this space. Keep there, breathe into it. Let yourself, as you come into the awareness of yourself as soul, and find sanctuary in that awareness, that on the soul level, you're not limited by or defined by your name, by your history, by your roles, by your aspirations, by your thoughts, by your feelings, by your wounds, by your gifts. Come close. Keep the breath there. Notice the warmness, the stillness, the texture. And we're going to allow the sound draw us in even more deeply to this place in the chest that we're letting be the place where we experience ourselves as soul. Riding in a breath. Continuing. Move into silence. Keep the focus on the heart and the heart chakra. As we begin to end this short practice, make a commitment to open your awareness to yourself as soul, and that this is your very sanctuary, this awareness. Wherever you go, you are home. When you're ready, bring your palms together in front of your heart and open your eyes with Namaste. Namaste.